When you are thinking about your side hustle, I want you to be very strategic with what skills you already have. But at the same time, know that you're going to learn or going to have to learn more stuff. Like, I didn't just wake up knowing how to wholesale mobile homes. Like, no, I have great communication skills. And when I pair my skills with what I learned from the course that I purchased, then boom, it's only up from there. Get your water and keep some wine. I should have had some wine.
With exposure, execution, and consistency, there is nothing you can't do. Just keep planting.
Hey y'all! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for tuning back into another episode on the Responsible Homegirl podcast. I am Kiani, the Responsible Homegirl, and this is a space that I have created so young adults can become financially responsible and wealth conscious. So I am recording this on March 1st, and it's actually being released on March 1st. Like, y'all, I cannot tell you the amount of times where I have said, Kiani, you need to pre-record your content. You need to pre-plan. You need to schedule your content. You need to do this. You need to do that. And it just don't get done. Okay? So I share that because, I'm human too. On my journey of trying to, or not trying, because I'm actually doing the work, even though I'm not doing what I want to do all the time. On this journey, you just have to give yourself grace, roll with the punches, and know that you're going to get better. But anywho, I shared that today was March 1st because, for one, it's a whole new month, and two, it is Women's History Month. Shout out to all the women out there, all of the black women out there. I was raised by a strong black woman. I am becoming a very strong, high value, it's giving cream of the crop. It's giving top tier. It's giving I'm the prize. It's giving. So yeah, I'm very excited about Women's History Month, and I'm going to be talking to so many dope women doing amazing things in South Carolina on Think Like a Mogul. So just be ready for Thursdays. We're going to hear nothing from a man in March. So all of my homeboys, sorry not sorry, you still need to hear their stories. But we're going to be hearing specifically from women every single week. I may even throw in some bonus episodes for my Patreon. Ooh, I ain't even told y'all. I got so much to tell y'all. Before we get into all of the updates and everything, on every podcast episode, y'all know I upload twice a week. So I'm going to just say on Tuesday and Thursday because that has been the trend lately. Before, it was Monday and Thursday, but it just wasn't given. So right now, I'm going to say Tuesday and Thursday. But give your responsible homegirl some grace because just give me some grace, please, okay? But we're going to say Tuesday and Thursday for right now. But on every podcast episode for Women's History Month, I'm going to be sharing with you something a black woman said, okay? And if it stands out to you, I want you to share it on your story, your Instagram story, your Facebook story, share it on your feed if it really speaks to you. Just do anything so that I recognize that you heard it, that it resonated with you. If you're watching on YouTube, you can comment it below. Just do something, engage with your girl. So today, a black woman said, this is one of my quotes taken out of, not my quote, but it is a quote taken out of my For Executors Only Planner. And it says, don't sit down and wait for opportunities to come. Get up and make them. By Madam C.J. Walker. Period. I'm going to read that one more time. Don't sit down and wait for opportunities to come. Get up and make them. Madam C.J. Walker. So a black woman said that. I love that quote so much because it really just reminds me of myself. Even from high school to college and even right now. Like a lot of the things that I quote unquote don't have and that I really want, I'm not looking at my place or my life from a place of lack. No, any opportunity that I want, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make it. I'm going to create it. If there was a job that I wanted in college and I didn't get, best believe, honey, I was going to volunteer. I was going to do something so I could spruce up my resume, do research, just do all of this stuff. So you cannot wait for nobody to just give you the opportunities. You can't just sit down and wait for stuff to just fall in your lap. Like, no, you have to be in alignment. You have to be willing to do the work, to create the opportunities, and if necessary, build your own table. Stop being so, thirsty to be at other people's table. Period. All of my homegirls listening, you the prize. And that's a whole nother conversation, but I'm gonna just leave it there for today, okay? I'm gonna just leave it there. Now, on today's episode, what we're gonna be talking about is how to find the most profitable side hustle for you. But before we get into that, I want to share a whole lot of updates with y'all. For one, shout out to all of my homegirls and homeboys who purchased their For Executors Only Planner from me. I am so grateful and so thankful because y'all just don't understand the amount of fear, procrastination, doubt, just all of this negativity that shouldn't even be associated with me. But I did experience it, which prolonged me even creating the planner. But then when I created the planner and I just saw how quickly it sold out, like literally my pre-order sold out in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And now I have people in my inbox. People see me in person. They're like, oh, I need a planner. When are you restocking? I am restocking this month, March 14th. So if you're listening, you can go to my website and you can even purchase it if you want. But just know that they will not officially restock to March 14th. So don't expect your planner before then. But yeah, I'm just so grateful and I'm so thankful. And if you're listening to this right now, please take action. Do what it is that you want to do. And I created this planner so that more people can be intentional and consistent. Be more intentional and consistent. I want you to just imagine how different your life would look if you just lock in for 6 months. Just the other day, I was on IG Live and I shared that I got the idea to even create a planner in September of 2020. September of 2020. I didn't move on creating this planner until November of 2021, and I launched in January of 2022. So November, December, January. Y'all, it took me literally less than 90 days to make it happen. So I share that to say, if you are intentional and if you show up for yourself consistently every single day, the possibilities are limitless. Like nothing is off limits to us. Absolutely nothing is off limits to us. So just use my story as a testimony. Use my story as your get up and go. Use my story as your sign to get out of your comfort zone, to move yourself out of your way and do what it is that's on your heart to do. Bump your fear, bump your doubt, bump just all of this stuff that don't even matter. Bump all of that. Go take action. Okay? And if you're listening and you didn't purchase a planner, what are you doing? What are you doing? They're restocking on March 14th, so make sure you purchase yours. I cannot wait to see all of my homegirls execute, because that is what it is all about. We can talk about what we want to do all day, but talking is less than doing. I want to be connected to people who are doing the work. I want to be connected to people who are actually executing and taking their dreams that they write on paper and manifesting it into real life, because it can happen. It can happen. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I am creating a Patreon. I am so excited about the Patreon because, or matter of fact, let me tell y'all what a Patreon is for the people who don't know. A Patreon is essentially like an exclusive community that a lot of creatives use, like YouTubers, podcasters, even some artists use Patreon. And it's basically like a community where their supporters, their fans, they come in one area and they get extra stuff. So if you already like the content that I share on YouTube, Instagram, podcasts, whatever, just know that my Patreon is going to be that on steroids. So I have 3 different tiers, and it is a membership. So you have to pay a small fee per month to be a part of the Patreon. But what I am giving compared to what you have to pay per month, I'm talking about a $7 tier, a $10 tier, and a $20 tier. Like, it is literally pennies compared to what I am giving. But I have 3 different tiers. Tier number 1 is my sponges. So those are my people who are consuming the info and they still just, they support me, they love me, and they want to get more from the Responsible Homegirl. My second tier is my executors. So they're a part of the sponges, but they want to take it a step further. They are actually executing and doing the work. They don't just want the information. They want the know-how. They want the good. And then my last and final tier is my close homegirls and my close homeboys. So y'all know, like on Instagram, how you have a close friends. Well, my close homegirls and my close homeboys, they're going to be the ones closest to me. So if you're interested in looking at what each different tier offers and even joining the Patreon, please click the link in the description box. I am so excited. We're going to get it on and popping this week, but I'm going to go hard just promoting the Patreon and allowing people to come into this community. I really wanted to foster a space where like more young adults can be connected to like-minded people who are actually putting in the work. I look at, and I was just watching a live the other day, and they said Instagram is like fast food content. Like, we put out this good content, but you consume it, and I mean, you maybe share it, you may save it, but do you really go back and look at this stuff? Does it really make an impact? And I know it does. I know my content does make an impact, but I want lasting change. I want to be building relationships and really connecting and helping people further. If I can help you be successful, you can help me be successful, and we just doing this thing hand in hand. You never know what you can learn from other people. And not just me in the community, but other people in the community as well. And I just see the Responsible Homegirl just being a huge family where we are fostering and building up young adults who are financially responsible and wealth conscious. Like, we have fun, but know that we are not like impressed by these temporary satisfactions. We're not impressed by just buying stuff. Like, no, we are here to create experiences, to build, and to prepare for our futures. And when I say prepare for our futures, it's not like being so tunnel vision and head focused. Like, yes, that is a part of it, but just being supported on your journey along the way. I cannot tell y'all the amount of times where I was just discouraged on this journey because things weren't going like I wanted them to go. But thank God for my support system. And I recognize that not everybody has that. Not everybody has a supportive mom that will let them live at home for free, not pay any bills, and believe in their dream. Like, my mom believes in the Responsible Homegirl. My mom believes in me. Not everybody has that, unfortunately. Not everybody has sisters that are entrepreneurs or friends that go hard supporting them. Not everybody has that. And my situation isn't perfect at all because, like, all of my friends don't go hard supporting me, but the ones that do, trust and believe I know. But I don't focus my energy and my effort on who's not supporting. I focus my energy and effort on who is supporting, who lives I am changing, who I am able to pour into, and that fills me up. So with all of that said, the For Executors Only community on Patreon, it's just going to be so dope. And like I said, if you like my free content now, baby, the Patreon. If you're on YouTube, you can see what I'm doing. But if you're listening on podcast, I'm basically saying, like, it's just up a whole nother level. And, yeah, it's just going to be lit. When I tell you exclusive content, more of me, more secrets, more insight into my business, more insight into helping you build your business, guest speakers, just all of that stuff. And y'all know anything that I don't do it small. But anywho, let's transition into today's episode. I took like a 13-minute intro, but it's okay. And I know if you're still listening, you rock with me for real and you are excited about what I'm talking about today, which is 3 steps to finding the most profitable side hustle for you. So this video was very important for me to do because I remember trying to find different side hustles and they would make me money, but they weren't really profitable. They weren't sustaining. It's like I always had to be doing something. It just wasn't giving at all. And I wanted to create this because getting a profitable side hustle or finding a profitable side hustle for you, it's all about being strategic. So the first thing that I would do is list out skills that you already have. So skills that, I would say not skills, but things that come easy to you and hard to others. Sometimes it's kind of hard for us to identify our skills because they just come that easy for us. We think that everybody can do them, but that's not true. I know one thing for me is like my communication skills, oral and written. It's very easy for me to get up and talk in front of a crowd of people, or even write a bomb essay or write a blog post or write a story that's going to captivate people. That's a gift that I have, and not everybody has that. So when it came to me being successful in my side hustle, which is wholesaling mobile homes, like at first, when I first started like wholesaling mobile homes, I thought that it was really just about the mobile homes. But that's not really what it's about. It's really about communication more than anything, because your job as a wholesaler is to connect sellers and buyers. You need to be able to explain your contracts to people. You need to be able to negotiate so that you can make money and your seller can make money. So I realized like my communication skills is one of the biggest reasons why I am as profitable as I am with wholesaling mobile homes. I'm talking about making 5 figures off of a side hustle. And when I say side hustle, like I do it part-time on purpose. Like I could be making way more money wholesaling mobile homes, but I'm not out here in these streets hunting for inventory. I let my inventory come to me. So when you are thinking about your side hustle, I want you to be very strategic with what skills you already have. But at the same time, know that you're going to learn or going to have to learn more stuff. Like I didn't just wake up knowing how to wholesale mobile homes. Like no, I have great communication skills. And when I pair my skills with what I learned from the course that I purchased, then boom, it's only up from there. So that's just tip number 1. List all of the skills that you have. Think deep about it, think hard about it. And if you have trouble kind of figuring out what skills you do possess, reach out to a friend or family member and just ask them, what do I do well? Because sometimes people can see things in us that we can't even see in ourselves. And that just goes back to like what I said earlier, like it just being too familiar to us, it's being too easy for us to complete. So make sure you do step number 1. That's critical. Step number 2, please, y'all, I beg of you, research how easy it is to get started. This is a side hustle. So you do not need to be taking 6 months or a year just to get started. Like your side hustle should literally probably take you maybe 30 days. Maybe. And I say maybe because you could probably get started quicker than that. The longer you take, the more you procrastinate, the more you plan and research and study and you do all of this stuff, you're just wasting time. Now, I'm not saying jump into your side hustle with no knowledge, but what I am saying is get started. A lot of people, they just procrastinate and wasting time instead of just facing it head on, because to be honest, you can do the research, you can learn, you can just do all of these things. But your journey is your journey, and you're not going to really learn the stuff for real until you actually get in the trenches, you get in the field, and you start doing the work. So if you're someone who, let's just say you like shopping, and your side hustle can be maybe like, I think it's Instacart or something like that. Or maybe you like meeting new people, and your side hustle is Ubering or doing Lyft. Like, you can literally start that maybe in a week or 2 weeks. In addition to learning different tactics and different tricks and different tips so that you can be profitable, because, you know, everybody do a whole lot of side hustles, but everybody don't make the same money. Which kind of leads into our third and final tip. Our third tip is to do research. And not just research on the side hustle, but do research on people who are doing what it is that you want to do. I promise you, y'all, if you scroll on their page, if you look and see if they have a YouTube channel, if you follow them on Instagram and you are actually looking for the lesson, you can get so much free game. Because people who are just naturally good at what they do and they like have on their teacher hat, they share free game without even really knowing that they're sharing free game. But we as consumers, we have to be looking for the lesson. Look for the lesson. If somebody has been successful in doing something before, best believe you can do it too. But are you looking for it? Are you researching? Y'all, there is absolutely nothing new up under the sun. So find somebody, find a blog post you can read, find a YouTube channel, find a Instagram page. I promise you, it's somebody out here doing your side hustle, your desired side hustle. So do some research, not just on the side hustle, not just on being great at the side hustle, because honestly, being great comes with time. Being great comes with trial and error. But look for someone who is doing what it is that you want to do. Going back to my wholesaling example, when I tell you I consume so much of the mobile home elite investors content, like so much of their content, so much. And then even on their YouTube page, they interview other people who have taken their course and who have just taken their tips and been successful. So not only am I hearing the mobile home elite investor story, but I'm actually hearing people that have taken their advice and have found success as well. So I'm getting more gems and more tips. And all of this is before I even invested in the course. Now, this is not to say that you don't need to invest, because I believe investing in yourself is one of the greatest things that you can do. But I'm saying we have so much free game at our fingertips. So much free game. So just to do a recap, number one, list all of the skills that you already have that you can pair with learning more from the side hustle. Number two, make sure you assess how easy it is to get entry, because I said how easy it is to get entry, how easy it is to get started, because it is a side hustle. And number three, do some research, not just on the side hustle itself, but do research on the people who are doing what it is that you want to do. Okay? Y'all, in this day and age, 2022, inflation is through the roof. Prices are ridiculous. I even went in Dollar Tree the other day, y'all. And Dollar Tree, the company that built a brand off of everything being $1, their prices have even increased. It went from being $1 to $1.25. Y'all, it is dangerous in these streets. It is dangerous in these streets, and I'm not even being cheap. I'm just wanting you to be prepared. You cannot afford to just have one stream of income. It's not going to work. It is not going to work. You need to find different streams. And I get it. Everybody doesn't want to have a business. Everybody doesn't want to create a business. That's fine as well. You can definitely get you a part-time job. That is a side hustle. You can drive Uber, you can drive Lyft, you can do something with Amazon. Like, literally, the opportunities are endless. It's just about how bad do you want it. How bad do you want it? But notice, the name of this video was a profitable side hustle. Profitable side hustle. So be patient. Take your time. With me wholesaling mobile homes, it took me 6 months to close my first deal. 6 months to close my first deal. And after that 6 months, baby, it's been up ever since. So I say that it only takes one time. It only takes one time. You have to get that experience. You have to learn and just give yourself grace and grow from there. So I hope this video was helpful. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. On March 19th, it is going to be our very first Saturday school. Saturday school it's like basically a series of classes that I created so that more of my peers can actually execute. More of my peers can do the work. More of my peers can work smarter and not harder. Because if you can learn from my mistakes, you are expediting your process. Because I had to learn this going the long way. And granted, like I said earlier, your journey is your journey. But if you can skip some of the stuff, skip some of the mistakes that I made, why not? So the whole purpose of Saturday school is to teach different topics. Sometimes I'm going to bring in guests. Sometimes it's just going to be me. Like our very first one on March 19th is going to be just me. and I'm teaching how I make thousands off of a product that I don't own by wholesaling mobile homes. So if you are one of the people listening to this podcast and you are in my inbox asking me about mobile homes, you need to be in the class. Get in the class. Get in the class. It's going to be so good. It's starting at 12 p.m. on March 19th. It is virtual. Everybody will have access to the replay. And I didn't even tell my people this yet, but because y'all listen to my podcast, y'all going to get the good stuff first. Everybody that actually registers for my class, I'm going to help them close their very first deal. I don't even think y'all know how major that is, because when I first started wholesaling mobile homes, there was nobody that I could call. I couldn't pick up the phone. I couldn't text nobody. Like, no, I was figuring this thing out on my own. I was leaning on my course, but it is different when you are on an online class and you emailing a professor, or you gotta wait till Tuesday till you get back in class, versus you're doing something in class and you can ask your professor and they can stand over you and help you right then and there. So in the first 90 days, I'm speaking that each and every one of my students, not only are they going to get their little $97 back, and I say little because that's what it is compared to what I am giving. Not only are they going to make their $97 back, but I promise you they are going to make at least 4 figures from their very first deal. I believe it. I wholeheartedly believe it. So make sure you meet us in the class on March 19th. There are only 20 seats available. There are only 15 seats left. So 5 people are already in the class, and I'm super excited to help them on their journey. Thank y'all again so much for tuning in to the Responsible Homegirl podcast. If you are listening on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Comment what stuck out to you today. What are you going to take away? Do you have any questions? Anything that comes to mind, comment it below, because I want to be more engaging. I want to interact with you, so that can help me and it can also help you. Number 2, if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, please rate us. I mean, I believe we are a 5-star podcast, and I believe that other people need to know that as well. Give us a rating, please. Give us a review. And what I want to start doing is actually reading reviews so that I can just create a more engaged community. So as y'all help me out, I'll be shouting y'all out. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that keeps tuning in, not 1 time a week, but 2 times a week. That's big. That is big. I love y'all so much. And always remember, with exposure, execution, and consistency, there is absolutely nothing you can't do. See y'all soon. It's Women's History Month, so the confidence is on 10 million. I love black women. I love black women. I love us. Shout out to us, because it's given. Period.